Welcome everyone to the TV show for the apocalypse, where today I've risked life and limb to procure for your entertainment 3 of the most feral zombies that will battle it out for the fastest time to complete what used to be the most devastating obstacle course known to man. Let's see if it's just as bad for zombies in Zombie Wipeout. Our competitors today are a former janitor, a former nurse, and a former investment banker. For all of you playing along at home, please enter your favourite into the comments below. Go on, before we get started, let me know who you think will post the fastest time for this course. Will the janitor clean up? Will our nurse knock him dead? Or is your money on the banker? Stick around and we'll see. Alright, it's time to head upstairs and get the show on the road. Got our nice little entrance to our streaming base up the top here. And time to let out contestant number 1. Bring on the janitor. Let's see how he goes. Can he get through the course as quickly as possible? Make sure we've got his attention. Here he comes. Alrighty. Oh, he's almost... Oh, he's done a jump on the first ball and almost fallen off. Decided to take a bit of a break and express his frustration at the big red balls. Alrighty, back on the move. Let's see if he can make his way through this one. Oh, he's off. He's in the water. He's not doing well. Gonna swim his way over to one of the ramp exits. A little bit stuck there too. There we go. And there's no free passes here. If you fall off and end up in the water, you got to start back over again. Let's see how he does this time. Up onto the first, the second, third, fourth. Getting there. All right. Oh, we've decided to backtrack, sorry, and take some swings at the wall, because, you know, that'll help. This dude has no idea. What is he doing? He definitely knows where we are, right? The guy with the gun in the box at the end of the... There we go. Alright. Over onto the second obstacle now. And clean through. Very quick run. Onto the sweeper. No problems there. And onto Incy Wincy, the water spout. Let's see if he can climb up it. There we go, no problems there. And through to the exit. That is the janitor done. We successfully posted a time, but I don't feel like it's going to be a good one. 1 minute 44 seconds. I guess that's better than nothing, so thank you for that. Time to bring out contestant number 2, which is our nurse, and see if she has a heart to beat the janitor. Okay, here she comes. Let's see how she does on the big red balls. Across the first couple, no problems. Third and fourth, there we go. Oh, big stumble, but not too bad. Round onto the dunking door wall, and oh, she's taking the dive straight in. The garage door coming up through the wall has done her in. Goes a swim over to the ramp now. It's going to cost her a lot of time. Back we go, up the ladder. Well, I think she's going to sneak through here before the doors reset. Onto the sweeper. Through that, up and over. Onto Incy Wincy. Oh, just made it. Gone back and wanted to have another go. Wasn't happy with how she jumped the first time. Up 3 and 4. There we go. Through and there we go. Nurse is done in 52 seconds. Not bad, not bad. Time for contestant number 3. Bring on the businessman. Let's see if he's in a hurry. Up onto the first ball. Second ball's no problem. Third, fourth, and through. Nice and clean. Sitting around. Oh, he's stuck on a garage door and he's been knocked off trying to jump over. Can't actually see him. He's down there in the water somewhere. Oh, yep. Swimming through the foreground now. Over to the ramp. And up and out. No. No, we're going to have a bit of a swing. And a bit of a paddle. Oh, now he's gone back for more of a swim. Having some trouble here. That's definitely going to cost him. See if he can make up for it in the latter stages. Back up the ramp. Through past all the doors before they reset. Through the sweeper. No troubles at all. See if we can make up some time on the jumps. Pretty clean so far. It's going to be tight. Nope, gone for a wander. There we go, and comes through in a time of 1 minute and 1 second. So the nurse is our winner. Hope you got that right, and if you did, you win, well, nothing. It's the zombie apocalypse, but good job. Now you might be thinking that that's all great fun and all, but what about a horde? Surely that's going to tear this place up. And to that I say, let's find out. Alright, it's time for Horde Night. I've detached the camera to start, just so we can get an idea of what the zombies do when they get in. As you can see, I've added a couple of blade traps on top of the red balls. I've just helped to do a bit of damage, and hopefully send a few of them stumbling down into the water, where I've also added a little bit of an extra surprise. And that is a line of electric fence traps all the way along the bottom of the, well, sorry, along the top of the water, so that hopefully anything that falls down, well, there's one, has managed to avoid it. There are some gaps obviously, but they always get them on the way out of the pool. You can see as they fall through, some of them hit them on the way down, some of them miss, hit the bottom, swim over, and then they all get hit by the fence on the way out. Those that manage to jump across the balls at the top get hit by the blade trap. And we've got a few points into advanced engineering, so we get the minimum of XP for the blade trap kills, so at least we get a little something, and we can see them ticking over. The cops will spit at us a little bit through the bars, but not too much. You can see that a whole heap of zombies are all getting knocked off and swimming through the water, getting hit by the traps. If they do break down that first exit, there's a second exit over the other side of the pool, just for redundancy. Make sure we don't get them all stuck down there, because then they're just going to go rage mode because they can't get out and break everything. If we do get bored, we can pop upstairs, and obviously during a normal Horde night, rather than watching with a detached camera, you're going to be doing this. You can either sit here and just watch them get hit by the blade traps, or you can peek around and take some headshots. Always good fun. I also grabbed some Molotovs. Might try and give them a go later, see if I'm game. Generally doesn't end well for me, but we'll see. See, they all tend to get caught up a little bit at the front here, which is when we might want to think about those Molotovs through the hatches. Oh, there's our first cop shooting at us. He's down. Yep. So yeah, pretty easy going so far. They just basically churn their way into that front blade trap, and we can just sit here gaining some XP, doing some headshots. Oh, we can see now that blade trap's gone very wobbly. It's just about to go. We've obviously got no way of repairing it, and there it goes. That cop's done it in. So we're down a blade trap after the first hour and a half. Fences are still going. Anyone that falls down takes that extra bit of damage, which either makes our headshots or combat easier if we're shooting the zombies ourselves, or it means less damage on the blade trap when they run into it. It does also look like they're smacking on that first. Yeah, they've destroyed the first blade trap, which isn't ideal. Oh, he just popped his head, jumped up straight into the blades. So should we give it a shot? There's not actually that many people we can get here right now. Most of them are down in the pool. I might try again later. They're all just standing over here on the big red balls. Ooh, he's made it over. And run straight into the dart trap. So that was the next addition I did. I've done a tripwire based dart trap over on the door wall where the zombies get knocked off. Again, just adding a little bit of extra damage as they come through. Gotta level up. So once those blade traps get knocked out of commission, obviously we'll get a lot more zombies running through, and that dart trap should, again, just help whittle down. I think it's set to fire for about 2 seconds, which is about the length of time that the ferals will take to run through, so we don't want to waste too much ammo. Get a few shots in and then wait. Here comes the next one. Oh, no, he got knocked off straight away and into the electric fences, which are also on this side. Swimming across, hits the next electric fence line. A few times. Anyone else coming? Nope. And there you go. Fence finished him off. How are we doing here? Same old, same old. Although that, again, that blade trap, the second blade trap is now looking very wobbly as well. Let's see if this cop gets through. He does. Oh, I think he's going to blow that snot. Ouch. Good. Because he's knocked out the tripwire. So there was a tripwire post just hanging on the back of that fed over to this dart trap. So we've lost that dart trap that was doing such a good job at killing all these zombies. So we've only got the doors now to knock them down. I think this is our first zombie that's made it through to the sweeper, which, you know, I don't know if the fun poops will see this, but if they did, it would be really cool if we had something to make things like that move, even if they didn't carry too much weight or allow us to add many blocks to them. It would be awesome to add those sorts of traps to either spin or move 90 degrees or something like that. Well, Lumberjack didn't actually make it through. Here we go. Arlene's gonna, no, mess up the jump and fall back down. Gonna go back and try again though. As you can see, we've got a whole lot of zombies coming through now, so I suspect that, yeah, the blade trap's gone. So that's why we're getting so many zombies through. We still have the second set of dart traps and a second tripwire to do some extra damage. And he's not going to make it either. So I called that last sort of stairway ladder thing Incy Wincy because it kind of looked like a water spout. I'll put the blocks that make that up because I can't remember the exact names for them on screen. Oh, and we're going to get one through. Our first zombie, which I completely missed the shot on at 130. Almost 140. 140, our first zombie made it to the actual cage. The blocks that make up that stairway ladder, the Incy Wincy ladder, are actually a really good couple of blocks if you're ever looking to build a staircase that the zombies struggle to jump up. As you can see, they fall off, you know, most of the time, and it's something that you can run up no problems. So if you're interested in those sort of block jumps to separate the zombies but also maybe have them stumble and fall, it's a really good combination. You can see this is also dog friendly. That dog is going to make it across the balls, run right around. There he goes, just behind that lumberjack there, and they both disappeared. I'm not sure where they've fallen off to, or they could be sitting underneath whacking on the walls. Maybe not. Another one falls down. Oh, there goes the dog, running off into the distance while it's electrified for some reason. Not sure how that happened, but off he goes. So this is pretty much the base, operating kind of better than I expected. It was only supposed to be a bit of a novelty base, based on the old Wipeout TV show. Have a few man-made obstacle courses and that sort of thing, but it's really kind of doing pretty well. Especially with the extra damage of the dart traps and fences. Just sort of pushes through on these zombies, and they spend half the time just messing around trying to hit walls and not much time trying to get us. It's probably a bit almost too effective. Like, you kind of want a bit more combat than this. If you're going for combat, it's probably too much towards, and it was never supposed to be an AFK base. As much as I love those, it wasn't supposed to be one, so it's kind of almost a little bit too effective. I'm sure at high difficulties it won't be as effective as it is on day 42. Of course, as soon as I take the camera out, we're going to have someone else come visit. Thank you for coming to say hello. Let's give you the sledge. And down you go. So the second zombie at 2:30, after the first at 1:40. Some more dogs. But yeah, you can almost do away with the blade traps if you wanted to. A, because they're expensive, and especially if they're going to break them, it costs a lot of mats to replace. And spend, you know, just a little bit on the dart traps, which as well, because they're controlled by tripwires, or you can use motion sensors later, they're not going to chew through too much ammo. Just fire when they need to. And you can just sit here and use the bullets from time to time, and grab your headshots at your leisure. Or miss, you know, same thing. If you're wondering about the shadows on the wall and why the lights are blue, I did actually build just the foundation for this as a prefab. That's how you can set the lights to whatever colour you want. I figured because it was a pool I might use blue, but the rest of the base we sort of built once the prefab had been placed, because that's the only way that you can get the coloured lighting. Boy, our third zombie also dead. So we've had maybe one zombie an hour since 1 o'clock. So the second half of Horde Night, which means that there's only 30 minutes to go. Got a second level up. Sounds like a birdie up top. Do have some iron spikes up there, so that should take care of him. Let's see, even though the blade traps aren't doing anything, the balls here are still providing a bit of a log jam for the zombies. So they hold them up, separate them out. It means that we don't get a big rush on the second half of the base. You can see there, although that one's got the electric fence debuff on it, it looks like some of those fence lines might be broken or out of commission from having done too much damage. Whereas on the far side, where we haven't had anywhere near as many zombies fall in the pool, they're still working fine. 10 minutes to go now, as he stops for a detour and gets pushed straight off. That seems fairly light on, so we could be actually quite near to the end of the number of zombies. Right at the end of Horde Night as well. So we're not churning through the zombies, we're not finishing early, but we're certainly doing enough damage to keep up, at least at this game stage. So a little bit of cleanup to do now. Not too much, doesn't sound like there's too many left alive. I can hear someone banging on a wall. Where are you? Let's go find him. Oh, there's a doggo. Couple of zombies down the corner. Oi, hello. Just thought he'd drop in. Who's left? One here. Cody coming to say hello. You're not part of Horde Night. And a snake. You're also not part of Horde Night. Let's see if that was it. See, that left that blade trap, so at least we can just repair that one. I think that's everybody. So lots of, well, not heaps, but a good number of loot bags down the bottom there. And over this side, I won't jump in and get them because I will electrocute myself. That one's up and running. Ah, there we go. So those two are dead. They're the ones that cop the most of the work, and everything else has done a bit of damage, but is looking pretty good. The snake's fallen in. Take care of him. And yeah, mostly a bunch of damage on those as they fall in off that first red ball. Just check the ones on the other side. You can see that we've also had to remove that first layer of the zombie force field, which is underneath the great looking things. So this side also took a bit of damage, but nowhere near as much, because obviously not as many zombies made it to the second half. No damage on the ladder, that's good. A little bit of damage on the ramp, but not enough to complain about. They're not going to break that anytime soon. No damage on these. Just where the doggo went to town for some reason. Not sure why. He could have run around and run back up, but he didn't. Oh, we did lose a corner of the big red ball. And we lost the blade trap off this one, but the ball's fine. Didn't lose that blade trap. I guess the difference is that's on the back half of the ball, whereas the other one, we put it on the front just here, and that's probably why the zombies smashed into that one and killed it. If we put it further to the back, it might have been okay. Check out the dart trap. How much did that use? Took a bit of damage, so some zombies might have been hitting on it. And a few... Hang on a minute. Did we create... I did. I created a path that the zombies could have walked up that ladder when I modified this to add in the dart traps. Why didn't they go up there? I mean, good that they followed the path around, but they could have just wandered up there and banged on the back door. That's a bit of a oversight, but thankfully it didn't hurt us too much. This dart trap, obviously, is used up a few hundred rounds. Can't see any damage on the doors there, which is unsurprising because the doors, or the hatches when they open, the doors aren't actually solid, so they don't actually knock the zombies off. It's only the garage doors that come out of the wall that's actually knocking those zombies out of there. I'm not sure why that is. The hatches I was expecting, and the powered doors as well, I was expecting them to do more as the doors open and knock the zombies off, but they're not actually there. The zombies run straight through. It's only once the doors completely open or completely shut that it seems to actually exist as a door. I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Zombie Wipeout, which produced a surprisingly effective horde base. If you did, please leave me a like, and if you want to see more videos like it, please consider subscribing. And thank you, as always, for watching.